This is the 5 Conquer, part of Riton Optics' flagship Conquer line. Specifically, this is the 5-25 power variant, with Riton's brand new rifle twist design and dual throw lever system. So is it all just for looks, or can it perform? That's what we're going to find out on this episode. Let's start by seeing what you get, but let's skip the typical unboxing video and let me just show you what you get inside of the box. And it has an MSRP of $9.59 US. This is the Riton 5 Conquer 5-25 by 56mm rifle scope in mil with a first focal plane PSR reticle. Let's take a closer look at this, and it is nicely put together. Matte black finish. I don't see any flaws in the external construction of this, and this looks quite nice. I have to hand it to Jeremiah and the design team over at Riton. They did an awesome job in redesigning their entire scope line. It is very distinctive with these angled cuts on all of the tactile movable surfaces, and it's not just aesthetic. These are very practical because these are very, even though they are broad cuts angled cuts, they are quite aggressive feeling. So you will have a good gripping surface, whether you're in wet or in gloved hands. They really did a good job with this. It comes with front and rear pop-up lens caps. And let me just pop this off so we can see they are threaded, so you could attach a sunshade. It does not come with one, but it comes ready to attach a sunshade. And let me just pull off the rear one here. And yeah, this looks quite nice. It has illuminated reticle. It has 6 different brightness settings with an off in between. And on that same turret knob, there's the parallax focus knob going from 20 yards to infinity, graduated. There's no indicator in between as to any references between, but that's been a style choice, a design choice with the Ritons for quite a few years. And these are really nicely designed turrets. The indication marks are angled as well, sort of to match the aesthetics here, but it also is, again, practical because each of these high marks is equivalent to a 5 mil. So it's got a total of 10 mils in full rotation. And let's just listen to these turrets. Nice. Nicely loud and tactile. No slop. And these are resettable. You'll need the Allen wrenches, and it does come with a set of Allen wrenches to unlock these and pull these and reset them. And let's listen to the windage. Again, just as loud and quite tactile. Nice. And our magnification ring, smooth. 180 degree throw from 5 to 25. And this is their new sort of throw fin. It is a patented design. You can remove this tall fin, and it comes in different heights, by the way. You can purchase additional fins from them, but it's just 2 set screws. Unscrews them. You can either take it off or slide it off and reposition it to this different mount here, depending on where you want your lever for the way you run your magnification. So you have options there. And let's listen, feel that fast focus, that ocular focus, nice. And it does have a little indicator dot. I like that. It's just a little helpful little dot, because then you can always match up approximately where that dot is to different graphics on your tube, so that you can, if you need to, go back to a specific focus quickly. So that's good. So overall, on the surface, this looks really nice. All right, let's take it outdoors and take a look at through the glass, and we'll take it to the range next. We're looking at the peak of Mount Davidson, approximately 1,300 yards away, through the 5 Conquer, at its lowest power setting of 5 to give us our best overall image in terms of brightness, contrast, detail, and saturation. And you can see just the difference in the sky between outside and inside of the glass, just what kind of color shifting is occurring. Because as we bring up magnification, we are just magnifying any faults in the glass as well as introducing more distortion to the image. And even about halfway, and this is 12 power, this is generally considered the sweet spot of most optics, about halfway to its maximum. And it is still quite a sharp image. And as we bring it up to its maximum of 25, it is still a pretty sharp image from center to the outer edge. There's no significant distortion on the outside edge of the image, just a bit of maybe some chromatic aberration, but we can clearly make out the steel trail marker sign at the top of the hill there, just to above and to the left of the center crosshairs. That is a sign on top of an 8-foot pole, which is a good proxy for a 30-inch steel target at this distance. Okay, we are looking through the Riton 5 Conquer, and we are at 5 power, its lowest power setting, and it's quite bright. In fact, I'm blowing out the targets. I'm going to adjust our exposure all the way down so we can actually see the targets with this camera. While we're here, let's do a range of adjustment test. So we're going to see how far this will turn. Okay, that is our top. Let's go all the way to the bottom there. And that is our bottom. All right, let's get this back to 0. And we'll see how far we can go with our windage. And that is the max there. No dead clicks. Let's see. There we go. All the way to the left. And let's get this back to 0 before we zoom in. Let's bring this up to its maximum. And for those who want to know what this looks like at its medium power setting, we are at 12 right now, and we're going to go all the way up to 25. We're going to center onto that reference target there, just a little bit above our center. And let's do a box test here. We're going to do a full rotation on our elevation and a full rotation on, oh, well, I can't do a full rotation on the windage as far as we go, and we can see a little bit of the eye box there. Going back on our elevation and then moving back. There we go. And we're going to see if we can get this back to its original start location after we abuse these turrets. And this is what my buddy Cyclops Joe calls the nipple twister test. We're just going to turn the heck out of these turrets. Alright, and we'll see if we can get these back to 0. Or the original starting location by getting it back to 0. The reticle's just a hair off on the windage, but I don't think it's the scope. This 100-yard bench has just a bit of a wobble. All right, let's take a look at the illumination here. I'm going to put it in between the targets so we can see a good contrast in the background. And that is a setting of 1, and it is quite visible already at 1. 2, off 3, off 4, off 5, off 6. Let's take a look at the glass using the reference targets. Color-wise, I'm seeing a little bit of a brownish tint overall, and color balance is a little tricky with cameras because they automatically make some adjustments here, but we're looking at the color reference chart on the top left. Colors are a little bit tinted on the brown side. Let me just adjust our exposure just a hair. All right. And I can also make out some purple fringe on the edge of our overall our target board there where it meets the darker background. You can see a clear purple fringe. That is chromatic aberration, which can affect the perception of sharpness overall in the image. But let's let's move down our reticle down to clear those bottom 2 targets there, so we can take a look at what we can clearly see. We can make out the holes on the reactive sticker target in the center on the bottom left paper target there. That's not too hard because that's what reactive sticker targets do. But below that reactive sticker target are 2 additional 22 caliber holes, and those are small holes. I can easily make those out. Now, looking at our U.S. Air Force optical resolution chart on the bottom right, I can make out both horizontal and vertical lines down to element 6 in group -1, which is outstanding. It's one of the, this places this scope in some of the top tier scopes that I've reviewed. Alright, before we get started talking about the 5 Conquer, I'd just like to ask a quick favor. Hit that like button right now. It just takes a second to hit the like button, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel already. They won't charge you anything. It's absolutely free when you hit the subscribe button, and you're telling the algorithm that this is the kind of content you like to watch. And if you hit that bell icon, you'll be notified when I post my next optics review video. So, the 5 Conquer. As you saw in my testing footage, it really does perform. In fact, it performs as well as it looks, or is it the other way around? I also like the way it looks. I like this rifle groove pattern aesthetic that they've incorporated into all of their new scopes. It doesn't just look good, it performs well. It gives a very aggressive grip pattern, so I have to hand it to them. They really did a great job. It looks really cool. And I was actually a little hard-pressed to find any real criticism about the scope. Perhaps it's got a little bit of an unforgiving eye box at mid-power and high power, but for a sub-$1,000 scope, it is about as unforgiving as a lot of scopes in that price tier. And I was a little bit surprised when I hit the wall when I was making that box test. But it does have 31 mRADs of internal adjustment, so I think that's plenty for most folks. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you think you need a lot more range of adjustment. But they do make the 7 Conquer model, or A7 Conquer model, that has 46 mRADs of internal adjustment. So if you really need to be cranking that elevation for long range, the 7 Conquer model is probably for you. But it's a bit more, but for what I need in terms of ticking all the boxes for shooting at a 100-yard range, this is more than plenty. So if you're interested in picking one up, I'll include product links as well as more information on my full written review at moondogindustries.com. Check out that review and use those links to help support this channel. And thanks for watching, because that really does help support this channel. You be safe out there. Moondog out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.